In the name of Almighty Allah, the most merciful. Today we are gonna study the scapula bone. The scapula is a large, flat and triangular bone. Scapula bone has three angles, three borders, two surfaces, and the three processes. At first, the important thing is the surfaces of the scapula. It has two surfaces. The first, it is the this is the anterior or the costal surface of scapula, and this is the posterior or the dorsal surface of scapula. And has three angles. At first, this is the superior angle of scapula, and this is the inferior angle, and this is the lateral angle of the scapula bone. At first, we are gonna study the costal surface of scapula. The medial two-thirds of the costal surface of scapula has several obliquates, and the lateral third of the costal surface of scapula has it is a smooth area, and the upper part of the fossa it is a transverse depression, and the dorsal surface and this is the dorsal surface or the posterior surface of scapula. This surface is divided into two parts by spine of scapula, and the upper part is called the supraspinatus fossa, and the lower part of lower from the spine is the infraspinatus fossa. The supraspinatus fossa, there is a muscle by the name of supraspinatus muscle which originates from this fossa, and this is smaller than the infraspinatus fossa, and these fossas are divided by spine process of scapula. Now we study the infraspinatus fossa. This fossa is divided into three parts. The lateral part, the lateral third part, the medial two-third part. The medial two-third part of the fossa is convex, and it gave the origin to the infraspinatus muscle, and the upper part of this fossa is concave and smooth, and the lateral part of this fossa is covered by the infraspinatus muscle. The borders of scapula. There are three borders of scapula. The superior border of scapula, this is the concave, and it is the thinnest border of three, and it is the shortest border of three, and extend from the superior angle to the base of coracoid process, and another is the lateral border of scapula. This is the thickest border of the three, and it starts from the infraglanivate tubercle up to inferior angle of scapula, and another one is the longest border of the scapula, which is the medial or vertebral border. It starts from the superior angle of scapula and into the inferior angle of scapula. This is the superior angle. This angle is covered by the trapezius muscle, and this is the inferior angle. This angle is covered by the latissimus dorsi muscle, and this is the lateral angle or lateral angle. This is the lateral angle or glenoid angle, which at this glenoid cavity, which articulates with the head of humerus and make the shoulder joint or glenohumeral joint. The superior and inferior of the glenoid cavity are the tubercles by the name of supraglenoid tubercle and infraglenoid tubercle. And this is the acromion process, and there is a notch which is called greater scapular notch. A greater scapular notch, the region between the lateral angle of scapula into the base of or the attachment of the spine process. And this is the spine of scapula, which subdivide the posterior part of scapula into two fossa, supraspinatus fossa and infraspinatus fossa. And at last there is a process by the name of coracoid process. It's located at the superior lateral part of the superior border of scapula, and from this process two muscles give decoration, which is coracobrachialis muscle and basibrachialis muscle. Thanks for watching this video.